the distinguished members of the clergy, including our chaplain, the resident city commissioner, Koima, who has just left, the city education officer, Mr. Johnson Kusima Bengana, who is here with us, together with the officials of Koima City,
because this is our property. Watching so much.
The Flobbeto National Primary School, the principal, inside schools, Nadia, Dr. Okia, Henry Stanley, the parents representative, fellow Rotarian, Mugano Felix, together with your dear wife, my president, Rotary, Koima Club, Madam Catherine, distinguished president, including our chairperson LC1, our esteemed parents and guardians, class 2025, and other parents from other classes, our business partners that have managed to come, and our brilliant class of 2025, members of the Flobbeto fraternity, headed by my fellow administrators, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a day of celebration, is a day of thanksgiving, and therefore, unlike other days, I don't have a long speech, and therefore I'm going to take very little time. But I want to begin by thanking the Lord Almighty for making this happen. Wouldn't be here if God had not given us the blessings, if the Lord Almighty had not protected us, because 2025 was not an easy year. We need to clap the Lord Almighty. That clap is not enough for the Lord Almighty. For those that were here throughout the course of the year, and for those that were here during the 2 days of our examinations, I think can clap harder than you have done. Secondly, I want to welcome and recognize our beloved Bishop for accepting to come amidst his tight schedule and on a very short notice. Bishop, thank you very much for loving Flobbeto. Thank you very much for loving your people. We are very proud of you, and we shall keep praying for you and keep praying for us. The sermon that you have shared with us this morning has been spot on, and I believe every one of us has picked one or two things to go with. Our beloved Bishop, we are here because of our children here, the class of 2025. I'm aware that many of them are not very happy. The excitement is a little bit low because many of them didn't hit their targets because of one reason or another. But I want to assure you that these results that you have should not define who you are, because we are very much aware of how brilliant you are, and you tell me, actually after joining secondary, wherever you have been blessed, I'm very sure that you'll be among the best performers in that class. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being well-behaved children and amidst all challenges for performing the way you did. My beloved the Bishop, we registered 153 candidates. Out of those, we had 130 in first grade. Unfortunately, this year we didn't get a 4. We had 23 in second grade, and 1 didn't sit because of domestic issues. That was our performance, and the percentage in first grade was at 85%. Many of the parents are used to 100%, and when you tell them 85, somehow they get disappointed. But my dear parents, if you are to look around and compare, you will discover that Flobbeto still remains committed to helping the children to excel, because 2025 wasn't an easy year at all. Our beloved the Bishop, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt appreciation to our exceptional teaching staff. The entire teaching staff. Grades are not made from primary 7, they start right from baby class. But in this case, allow me to appreciate the team of primary 7, led by Mr. Kweska Gilbert. The team has already been introduced, but I want to add a voice and say thank you for your unwavering support, innovative teaching methods, and the guidance played during the time of preparing these children to sit for BLE. May the Lord God bless you. I'm also very sure that the teachers, as much as they look very smart in the suits, rather those of P7 are not as excited as it should be, because if we are to go back and look at their projections, the results that we got were far below the projections that they had made. However, as Vincent Lombard said, it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. And also, Sam Lebanon said, don't watch the clock, do what it does, keep going. So the year has started once again. We are back into the cycle. We have another chance to make it, and make it beautifully. So you have to get up right away, and as we bid farewell to our candidates, we are welcoming new ones on Monday, the ones that are going to start all over again. I trust the team that we have in place, and I'm very sure that come next year, same time, the excitement will be higher than the way it is today. Our dear parents and guardians, I extend our deepest gratitude. Thank you for your trust and support. Thank you for giving us these children. Many of these children, if you ask them, have been here for almost 10 years. Many of them joined the school at the level of baby class, and they have been in this school where a lot has happened in their lives. So for the parents, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the belief. And I want also to assure you that your efforts were not put to waste. These children will go on to excel because they are not ordinary children. We have taken time to prepare them for the future and also to compete favorably wherever they are going to go. And as already the the deputy academic said, we sat and agreed to create a slot for those parents who are not yet brought in the children for interviews, and we only have tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, we shall open offices at 9 until 3. And for those that have not yet brought the children for registration and interviews, please use that window because it will be the last day for the interviews for intake of 2026. My Lord the Bishop, I want to congratulate our directors. In our midst, we have our co-director, Madam Jennifer Mugasha Twine, and online we have our executive director, Madam Mrs. Mugasha Florence. Thank you very much for nurturing the dream of starting this school and driving it into reality. Thank you also for believing in us. Our directors do not stay here, our dear Bishop, but they always check on us and they are in touch all the time. Not being physically here is a statement that they do trust the team that is leading the school and the entire staff. Thank you very much, our directors, and they deserve a hand clap. In addition to that appreciation, we want to thank you for accepting to fund such meaningful occasions that inspire us and motivate us to even work harder. So we are fully committed, our directors, to ensure that we keep going and we keep making this institution bigger and better. My Lord the Bishop, having now recognized everybody, allow me to appreciate the efforts of the organizing committee and all the service providers that helped us organize this function. Thank you very much. We cannot take your efforts for granted. Before I introduce a few people, our beloved the Bishop, allow me to invite Dr. Okia, the principal of Hillside Schools Naria, to come and greet you. Dr. Okia, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, the head teacher of this school. Lord Bishop, I want to thank you for accepting to be in this school and other clergy, our dearest parents, and all protocol observed. This school, as he has already said, started some time back, and he has performed a lot, not only in academics, but also in other areas. We are proud of our founding director. Yesterday I was with her, the teacher invited me, and also the president director. I want to assure the parents who are here, and even the outgoing students, that Flobbeto is the way to go. I bring you greetings from other people, the co-director of Madam Florence Mugasha, Mrs. Walsaga, the administrators. A large number would have been here, but we are also preparing something like this, of which we shall invite you to come. That's why I came along. Before I end, Bishop, He's saying that some parents are not happy because maybe the children did not get aggregate 4 and maybe not many 5s. At Hillside, we also didn't get a 4, although we got some sizable number of 5. But we became the best school which produced the highest number in the whole country. Because Bishop, Hillside, the number which he registers for PLE is bigger than schools. We registered 592 candidates, and we got 447 first grades, and the rest got second grade. Isn't that great? So 4 does not determine what a person is. Thank you very much, Dominic, for allowing us and for believing that you came behind us and you are performing and you even want to surpass us. Thank you very much.
I'd like to recognize a few people, beginning with our board members, and save the time for our director, and I do it. In our midst, we have board members, beginning with Mr. Mhanos Julius. In the Committee of Finance and Planning, as well as on his side, he's seated with Mr. Nyakagawa John Williams. He also sits on the Committee of Planning, Finance. On the other side is Mr. Kija, the teacher of our dear Bishop. Thank you very much. Mr. Kija is the chairperson of Technical Committee. It's the one that is in charge of the academics in the school. Now, seated with close to Mr. Kija is Madam Chomhendo Caroline, Officer, Hoima City. I'm making her to stand because, dear my Lord the Bishop, the directors have accepted to appoint her as the board member of Flobbeto National Primary School, and she of technical together with Mr. Kija. So when you see wonderful results in the coming years, probably Madam Caroline will have contributed quite a lot because she comes with a vast experience and she's quite informed, especially in the area of academics. So Madam Caroline, you're most welcome to Flobbeto. The directors, of course, will do it much better than this at the right time. The last time we were here, my Lord the Bishop, I promised to mention a few names because we never had time, and of course we are praying. So allow me now to recognize a few people on the staff, the ones that hold positions of responsibility, because it was a promise that if we get back, we shall do that. Now, behind me is Mr. Mwine Aporo, is the deputy teacher in charge of academics. In the school, my Lord the Bishop, we don't have the doors. This gentleman takes over all the roles of the doors, of the deputy academics, of the deputy head teacher. So all is in his hands, and today actually is his day. On my right-hand side is Mr. Tim Ambrose. He's the deputy teacher in charge of administration. He also oversees the activities in the boarding section and quite a lot more, especially in my absence. We have section heads. The school is divided in 2 sections, and we have the lower section, which is we call it the University of Flobbeto, and that is our nursery, which is headed by Madam Ruth Babirye. Please come forward. She's the one that creates the foundation. In the middle, we have the lower primary, which is headed by Madam Chaterekera Monique. And the upper primary, as already said by Jacob, is headed by the big man, Mr. Gerard Ngwasiwu. We have other sections. We have the co-curricular section, we call it a department, and it's headed by Teacher Dan. Issues of playing football, singing, all fall in his department. We have another gentleman who is very important in our school, in charge of housekeeping department, and we call him the maintenance officer, Mr. Kachope Pius. The cleanliness, the security must be engaged somewhere in parking and overseeing our security. We have the gentleman is in charge of transport and also close to the office of the deputy administration to oversee activities of the head of the boarding section, Mr. Waman Dennis. Subject heads have been introduced already, but allow me to just very fast. Heads of department, mathematics, Mr. Mkanji John Bosco. Social studies, Mr. Kayono Ibrahim. English is the same man who I already introduced as the head of, as the coordinator of primary 7, Gilbert. Yamkama Natori is the head of science. And the head of ICT is Mr. Ogwal Stephen. Class coordinators, we have so many streams, and we find a class of about 5 to 6 streams. So each class is coordinated by a coordinator. And for P1, we have Teacher Liz Bandura. And primary 2 is Teacher Agnes. Followed by primary 3, Mr. Jimmy Matua. Primary 4 is Salom John. Primary 5 is Teacher Asaf. Asaf is not here. One of our staff lost her dad and escorted him. Teacher Jacob, the one who has been speaking here from that remote area, is in charge of primary 6. Where could he be? And of course, finally, Gilbert already talked about him. He coordinates primary 7. We have coordinators of nursery section. Baby class is coordinated by Teacher Rosebell Happy. Middle class is coordinated by Teacher Bila Eristina. And top class is coordinated by Madam Achen Stella. So basically, class teachers, we really we do not have time. We need to go for lunch. So you'll excuse me, we shall do it on another day. And of course, there are other people that I've not mentioned that still hold positions of responsibility at Flobbeto. So with that, allow me to of luck. Parents, keep searching for schools. Secondary schools are very competitive. The parents, the RCC has already said you have to look for good schools where your children should be placed. So it is a struggle that you have to continue. It's a struggle that you have to continue fighting for, to have your daughter or son placed in a very good school. I'm very glad that many of the schools have lowered their cutoff points. The other day I got a call from one of the parents. One child got 7 and another one got a 9, and they were taken by SMARC. So meaning that children who have 8, 9, 10, 11 can still join those first world schools. So do not despair, move out and search for good schools. At this juncture, allow me, before I go to sit, in the interest of time, to invite our City Education Officer, Mr. Johnson Kusima Bingana, to address us.
The Chief Celebrant, the Right Reverend Jacob Bunyoro Kitara, the Dean, St. Peter's Cathedral, and your entire team, the Director, Madame Atwine, the management of Flobbeto Nursery and Primary School, the elders of this institution. When I say the elders, I mean people like John Williams Biakagaba. I mean people like Kija Jackson in Babaisi. I mean people like Kyomuhendo Caroline, Komurubuga. Those are the mighty elders of this institution. And then our beloved head teacher, Mr. Kararugokwe. And your mighty team, the winning team, Flobbeto Nursery and Primary School. With me is the Senior Inspector of Schools, Caroline Nyamahunge Atenyi, aka Kiaranyaika, and the Acting Senior Sports Officer, Aruna Alinda. Alinde Aruna in my office, we call him Haji, but he has not gone to Makkah yet. But it's a sign that soon he will be there, but he's the only Haji in my office. Our beloved parents of Flobbeto Nursery and Primary School, all well-wishers, invited guests, our beloved candidates. Do you remember this face? Do you remember this face? I am back. I promised to come back, celebrate with you, and here I am. So, in the first place, I want to pay tribute to the head teacher, Dominic, and your team. Where are you seated? You know my challenges. I want to pay tribute to him, one, for inviting us as an office, two, for keeping us informed of all the developments in the school. And we have no problem with Flobbeto Primary School as a city. I want, on his behalf also, to express my gratitude to the Managing Director for the vision you had and your team to bring glory that is full of very many good things. You have employed many Ugandans here